Hey guys, how you doing? What's going on there? Oh yeah, we're gonna give a little tour there of the town here where I live, so you kind of get an idea of some of the things that we have and maybe a little bit of the history. Now I don't have much time because Noah is he's at my mom's, so that I could ride and make this video. So we're gonna do what I can. So this is our mall, and it's slowly going downhill. We just lost a big store, Herberger's, and JCPenney's is kind of going downhill too. I just can't seem to keep any of the stores in there. It's a decent mall. I wouldn't say it's the worst mall in the world, but by no means is it the best mall. Alright, so now this building coming up right here, this is currently the Goodwill, but it has some history. When I was growing up as a kid, it was Hy-Vee. It was the only Hy-Vee in town, and now we have two, and they each have their own buildings. And before it was Hy-Vee, it was Walmart. And even before it was Walmart, it was another chain grocery store or department store thing before then. So that building has some history, and it used to house a store called Hastings, which I worked at for a short amount of time. But if any of you know what Hastings is, know that that company tanked not too long ago. So in its place, we got a place called Harbor Freight. Now, many of you probably know Harbor Freight and know that they sell low quality tools at low prices. Well, I gotta tell you, I've bought some things off of Harbor Freight before when I went to a bigger town, and honestly, the price was really low. And the products that I bought were good quality. They weren't bad, and I still use them today, and that was a couple years ago. So I don't have anything against Harbor Freight. Let's see. This structure was erected in... God, how old was I? Probably like 97? 96, a little strip mall there. And Dairy Queen has been there the whole time. But they also have a VA clinic. Now, the VA clinic used to be Blockbuster. I bet a lot of you guys know what Blockbuster is. Alright, so in small town Nebraska, as you see, we have been installing roundabouts for the past few years. Now, I see their feasibility, but the problem is that very few people know how to drive in a roundabout. And of course, anybody who's been driving for more than a year, nobody wants to learn anything new because everybody's the best driver in the world. Okay, changing subject. That's our junior high school. It's been around for a very long time. It was erected in this year right here. Oh yeah, we'll take you guys by something kind of cool that we just put in a couple years ago. Oh, I was wondering what that guy threw. Oh, it caught me off guard. Anyway, I need to pull a suburban delinquent and get some of those red snappers. Okay, guys, you see that big tower there? That's right. We have a water park. And it's called the Veterans Memorial Park. It was funded by the city and our taxpayers, so it's a city-owned water park. It's not private. It's a really good water park. I love the slides. It's got some diving boards. It's got a kid feature. Of course, it can only be open during the summertime, so I mean, it's limited to the business it can make. And then they just redid our football stadium. Well, I wouldn't call it a stadium, our football field. And they put in this tower here, which is a handicap elevator, which I think was awesome. What a great investment. I think that's a great way for them to allow handicapped people to take their wheelchairs or their power chairs or whatever they need up to the top of the grandstands so they can watch everything. That is called Miracle Skate Park, and it's kind of run down, but there was just a big push for some funding to redo it. And I think it got approved, and they're going to be rebuilding it. and expanding it maybe, I think. Which I think is good. I mean, every skate park has some negative sides to it. But I see more good out of a skate park than bad. And I'm also a type of person that loves seeing kids skateboard past my house, on my sidewalk, everything. I don't care one bit. Yeah, it may damage the sidewalk, but it doesn't matter. I'd rather them kids out there skateboarding and enjoying their time and being active than playing on their darn cell phones or video games or staying inside and being antisocial. Oh man, some of that just irritates the crap out of me. You know, I played video games as a kid, but I was definitely active. I was outside more than I was inside. My parents had a heck of a time grounding me when if I did get in trouble, because it was harder for them to keep me inside than it was to just let me go outside. I was such a pain in the butt when they tried to ground me. But that wasn't too bad. I didn't get grounded that often. Let's see here. What else can I show you? Tastee Treet, that's been around for a long time. They just recently got new owners, so they repainted. And it's so old-fashioned that they don't even take debit cards. They only take check and cash. And maybe it's going to change now with the new ownership, but it's like the only place here that doesn't take debit cards at all. Okay, you guys have seen this road a lot. This is our main street, otherwise known as Main Street. And it used to be a really cool street to, you know, drive down, hang out, do things. But when they put in this angled parking, they really screwed with everything, because this used to be a 4-lane road. And they put in an angled parking, and now it's only a 2-lane. And now this may not be the most significant reason to keep it a 4-lane, but this is where people used to do cruise night. And, you know, it might have dragged a little bit, but not too much. Just enough to have some fun. But the city had to ruin that, put in this angled parking. Now, I do agree that they needed more parking anyway, but they still need more parking, and what they've been doing is installing parking lots all over the area. Now, it looks like this right now, but in the next few years, they're totally revamping this entire area, this downtown area. And they've applied for a big grant, and they got it approved, and it's just all in the works right now to get the work done. I'm actually going to take you back down that road because there's something really cool that I want to show you guys. This is a big Catholic church, one of a couple. This building coming up, when the town was founded, this was the original post office, but it's since been turned into like an accounting building. It's still pretty cool. It's one of the first big buildings that this town had. Not what I wanted to show you. Alright, well, I don't know what the angle of my camera looks like, but I want you guys to pay attention to this wall coming up. This wall right here is a mural of a very famous person that was part of our town. He was born here, Johnny Carson. And the mural has been there forever, but I just love it. It's so inspirational. It just like showcases his life and show business. From an early young age doing magic to, you know, him finally doing his famous TV show. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys that. So that's a small tour of the town. Maybe I'll go into more depth at a later date. Oh, what are you doing, guy? So anyway, thank you guys for watching. And again, congratulations to MLC Rider for winning my contest. All of your dad jokes were wonderful. I loved them all. And they were all good in their own way. So yeah, thank you guys for participating, and we'll catch you on the next one. Remember to never hold in a fart.